think might move over to the RBC Canadian Open.
Yep.
Obviously, it's the last event on the PGA Tour prior to the U.S. Open, which is next week. First time they've been playing in Canada, obviously, since pre-pandemic. So we're talking 2019, just because they haven't done it the last 2 years due to various protocols and everything. Pretty good field. You got Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Cam Smith, and then some other, Sam Burns, Corey Connors, Shane Lowry, Matt Fitzpatrick. But obviously Scheffler, McIlroy, Thomas being the headliners and everything. Specifically as we're getting into this National Open, I'm excited to see how it is. There hasn't been a Canadian champion in a long time, and really the three guys you kind of look at for Team Canada here would be Corey Connors, who's I think he's like 25-1 to win this week. Adam Hadwin, who's been playing good golf, and then also Mackenzie Hughes. So those are kind of the top players from Canada, but curious, I'm more just intrigued to see how the event is. Obviously, it's a week for some guys to get ready for the U.S. Open. I never expect in the week before a major the big name players to perform that well. I just think like it's kind of like not a curse, but like an omen. Like it's hard to win back-to-back weeks, and if you blow your load the first week, like it's really hard to repeat that unless you're Scotty Scheffler. But I'll be curious to see how this week goes. I think it's going to be more of a no-namer type winner this week than maybe a high flyer. But shout out to Phil Mickelson, to say the least.
Nice. But
I guess initial thoughts. Do you want to get into picks right now? Obviously, we're doing a top 20 and a winner play this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the distractions for the players are going to be answering questions about live golf. So I kind of feel bad for them from that standpoint, trying to get ready for the U.S. Open. But I will say, I mean, like we said, I think we talked about it last week. It's Justin Thomas played in the event before PGA Championship, finished, I believe, top 5.
Yeah, but he didn't win.
Yeah, so I think if I'm going into this event, that's kind of the area, like a top 10, just a strong
get some
showing.
Confidence. You want to get some momentum. So we're going to pick winners like we do every week, and we'll rarely hit them because there's 140 players. But do you want to start this time?
I'll kick it off this week.
Okay, so why don't you lead us off with your winner?
So I'm going to kick it off with the Australian, and a guy that's been playing very good golf all season long. Mm-hmm. I'm going with Cam Smith this week.
Love it.
I think, and I think he could be a guy that could win this week and follow it up at the U.S. Open next week.
Well, obviously, probably he is one of the hottest players in the world right now. Yeah. So not a bad pick ever. No. Data Golf, which is a website, numbers guy, like the analytics, they give him the 4th best odds to win at 7.3%. So you're locking and loading there. But again, he's a guy who hits the ball a mile. Does kind of hit it squirrely everywhere, but unbeliable scrambler, unbelievable putter.
So I wish I could putt.
And has the best hair and dirtiest mullet.
Are you a Cam Smith guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are like
he's a dirt ball. He's bad for golf.
Yeah, it's like no, I think he's great for golf because he's not the flat bill cap with the dirty mustache and the mullet.
Keep it going and while it's working. So it'll be interesting when he gets rid of it, but
I don't know if he will. But I guess Ricky kind of had the stash and the Justin Bieber hair for a little bit too. So
You're right.
Build a brand.
Cam Smith has looked much better look than Ricky though. Different times.
Well, the time period, I think Ricky was kind of the in.
Yeah, exactly. Different styles back in the day.
The mullets are kind of back. The mullets, I'm not surprised when I see a mullet floating around there nowadays.
If I could grow one, I would, but I'm bald.
I wish more guys on the PGA Tour. I almost want to get like a Cam Smith shirt that how you get like the silhouettes of people's hair.
You can get the hair on the side. That'd be actually really sick.
Yeah, we might have to come up with that.
That could be a bestseller idea. Write that down.
Yeah, Cam Smith guys.
My pick this week, we talked about him on the last podcast. He decided to shoot like 5,000 over at the Charles Schwab Challenge. Did not play last week at the Memorial.
Probably a good thing for his mental game.
Yeah, but it was on the last 9 holes. I think he went 9 or 10 over. I'm going Harold Varner III. I think this is a week where a guy who has not won on the PGA Tour before, ironically enough, his biggest worldwide win was the Saudi International, funny enough.
Yeah.
But I
which
think
no one's talking about that.
Geez, whatever. But I like Harold Varner this week. He's obviously been playing really well. A lot of times when you see a guy have something like this, I feel like they bounce back very well. Yeah. And I'm completely blanking on the guy who did it when he choked at the Waste Management, then won the following week. He's a tremendous ball striker, but he think this is only win. I just think Harold Varner will come back with this on a vengeance. And again, he's been playing good golf. He's trending well. He had a bad 10-hole or 9-hole stretch. So I really like HV3 this week. Up in Canada.
It's got to be good odds too.
It's plus 2,200.
Okay.
So honestly, he's the 10th high.
Sprinkle a little juice on that.
So yeah, got to get the juice in there.
Get the juice in there.
So then we were going to do a little top 20 play as well. We couldn't hit on the top 10, so
yeah,
we thought let's make it a little easier. Obviously, you got to stretch. We don't want to go Rory McIlroy minus 250 to top 20, but who are you thinking?
Going with the Canadian, Mackenzie Hughes,
the Canuck, Kent State product.
Yeah, you have to. I think those guys, as weird as it's gonna sound, for those Canadian guys, this is a major.
Yeah,
they want to win that event. Canadians haven't had a lot of success on the PGA Tour to begin with. So when you get, I think it's the one event up there this year.
It's the only one every year.
So they look at it's a little bit different.
National Open. I mean, it's a big deal when it's your own National Open, just like how it's a big deal for your state amateur or just any of those things. So.
Right. Yeah. So I'm running. You just imagine those guys are going to bring it a little bit this week. I wouldn't shy away from any of the Adam Hadwin, Mackenzie Hughes, Corey Connors. Those are all pretty good bets to at least finish in the top 20 this week.
Of course. My guy I'm going with, who's been playing well lately. I mean, he's had a recent kind of stretch of some missed cuts, but he's had a good season. And he's plus 160 odds on DraftKings right now. But Chris Kirk, 53rd at the Memorial last week, so not great, but 15th at the Schwab, 5th at the PGA. And then he's had a slew of a couple other top 10s throughout the year. So I like him. I mean, again, we're doing a top 20 play here. He is a good player. He is not an exciting pick by any means. No. This is a very boring pick. I was thinking of maybe going really high odds, but it's let's play it safe. Let's try to get a W here and carry some momentum into the big U.S. Open week where we'll probably have a lot more bets.
Yeah, well, definitely. We'll do a bit more of a preview and picks breakdown next week. But from that standpoint, he's kind of another guy that's just kind of sustained his way on tour for a long time.
Yeah, and he had the whole alcohol issue. So, he's bounced back with that, and he's obviously had kind of a career resurgence lately. So that's really good. But
yeah, how could you go wrong?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's easy to root for the guy.
You know what we probably should have done? We probably should have done some live golf picks.
Oh, we don't even know the teams, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, but, we could have done an individual.
Okay. Just you pick one guy to win. Just right on the spot.
Dustin.
Sam Horsfield. That's my pick.
That would be unbelievable.
Sam Horsfield.
I went the very
Remember that name.
Yeah.